Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, welcome back to Manchester. Alright, so it's been a while since we've been on Manchester, so let me just remind you, I should say, I almost said review, but remind you what we did. So we have our storage structure, as you can see here, and we planted potatoes over here, and we sprayed them, and we fertilized them, if memory serves. I think what actually happened is, no, they seem like they're fertilized. Yeah, I think what actually happened is I accidentally reset it because I loaded up Manchester, a version without the soil mod for whatever reason, and I screwed it up. But they're fine still; they'll survive. All right, so what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna go ahead and let's just check this other field. I think we need to plant this other field as well. And I think we need to plant like almost all of the fields now that I think about it. That one needs to be planted. And yes, 3 and 7 both need to be planted. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab the case. Which one is there? Big case quad track group 3. Okay, perfect. And let's go ahead and get this guy hooked up. And we're not planting, plant oats. So let's get this hooked up and rolling. So we already have a field planted with potatoes. So what we'll do is we will pick up, I think we'll plant oats and soybeans on one of them. Also, for those of you who remember, I did a little video with the Peterbilt, and we changed out the John Deere 8530, and we picked up a Fendt 939, just because the John Deere just wasn't as nice. Look how nice this one is inside in comparison. That John Deere was nice tractor, or outside, but inside was kind of not very nice. Anyhow, let's go to the field. I think we are, what we'll do is we'll just fill up while we're right here. It's such a huge area to fill up. It's crazy. A lot of people ask me the question, how do you, when you turn, how does your camera turn with you? Again, that is the keyboard steering mod. That's the same thing. That's the same mod that will reverse. Will show you the reverse camera when you're reversing, basically. We want to go. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, so it's basically, if I start reversing, it'll change the camera view to the rear, and that's the keyboard steering mod as well, for those who are wondering. It's actually meant for keyboards, which is kind of ironic, because I use it with a steering wheel, but I find it works really well, because it just adjusts for you. So when you turn to the left or to the right, the camera moves in that general direction. Like I said before, Euro Truck Simulator actually has the same thing. You can adjust and choose which direction you want to head in. Alright, so we have oats, and that needs to be cultivated first, unfortunately, because we have the chop straw mod installed. Well, it's not unfortunately, just the way it is. So what we can do then is turn this guy off for a second, and let's hop in our brand new Fendt. One thing I did notice about this particular tractor, that's funny, the seat bounces and you can see it bouncing. Oh, that's actually a part of the tractor. I wasn't sure if it was meant to be that way. But when I was driving the tractor around, I'm like, why does it seem so bumpy on the inside? It's actually meant to be like that. It's simulating the tractor tires, because that's what it would actually be, right? Where is that? Wait, there it is. It's simulating the tractor tires, so that's the funny part about it. Anyways, let's grab this right here. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice. There's a little air freshener in there as well. There we go. Grab the weight. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's on the wrong side. Let's put a couple weights on there, and we'll grab our... Weird. We'll grab our cultivator and we'll head out there. I will be back when we're at the field. Alright, just coming up to the field here, and what I'll do is I'll put the Fendt on I'll put the Fendt on the plow because that needs 400 horsepower. This actually has probably enough to use it, if I'm honest. But in order to be on the safe side of things, we will. Sorry about that. Just was closing the soil mod HUD. Helps if you turn it on. There we go. I'm like, how come this isn't moving at all? Anyhow, so we'll get this guy plowing. We'll get this guy plowing, and we'll get the Fendt planting. Originally, I wanted to keep the Fendt on the plow, but oh, that's a car. As you can see, I have cars, or the traffic turned on at the moment, and it's creating problems already, apparently. Go car. There we go. Also, was playing a little bit on Chellington, so that probably doesn't help. Alright. Let's get this guy lined up here. And lower that down and hire a worker. That should be fine. That should be wide enough. Yes, just catches it. Good. That's what we want. Let's hop into our Fendt, which I don't know which group it's in. Let's put him in group 1, I think would be good for that one. And we'll hook up to the planter here, and we'll start planting in a moment. What we'll do is we'll wait until that case has done a few passes first, because we don't want to get ahead of him, basically. Luckily, this seeder only needs 100 and I guess we should back up actually. It only needs 100. No, I don't know. It needs 320, and this tractor's got 390, I believe. So let's double check that. I think it's 390. 939. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 390. So just enough. So I think that case is going a little slow. It's hard to say. How fast are you going? Oh, 14 kilometers an hour. It's not too bad. Oops. Should be fast enough. Now, so what we'll do is I'll wait for that guy to do a couple passes, and then I'll come back and start this guy. Actually, I think maybe I'll just do it. Get him set up. Right here. And we'll put the GPS mod on. And what we'll do is we will zero it out. And we'll start with oats. Turn it on, lower it down. And I think we're good to go. I think maybe we should shift it to the right though a little bit. Yeah, we'll shift it to the right just a wee bit. There we go. There we go. Apparently we can plant just a wee bit faster than he can cultivate. What I'll do is I'll decrease our cruising speed to about 12 kilometers, I think, or 10 kilometers maybe. It's probably a good speed, and we'll stay on top of that. It seems like there are actually two... Oh, we need to cultivate first. Do we even have a cultivator? I don't think we have the Lemkin, or do we? Oh, we do. Technically, I should be cultivating this first, before planting. Oh yeah, definitely. Could you imagine actually doing this? Like, this would be probably pretty terrible for your vehicle if you actually did this. Or for, not for your vehicle per se, but more for your seeder. I feel like this area back in here, like looking backwards is a little bit, I don't know. It seems like it's almost too close. It feels like, at least. I don't know why. And then this is the flashing issue. Other than that, like, this is a pretty awesome mod. Are they going to? Yes, they're going to bump. All right, I'll be back in a sec. All right, so I end up changing my mind. I'm like, it just seems strange to plant right into the plowed soil there. So we're gonna go ahead and cultivate it in as well. I don't think we actually need any, I don't think we need any... There we go. I don't think we need any lime, but perhaps I should check this first. I'll go back in a sec. Looks like the soil pH is alright, actually. I thought we were going to need some lime, but it seems like it's okay, so we'll just leave it for the time being. 6.8 neutral's not so bad. It will decrease just a little bit. Not sure how much, but it will. Funny, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it seems like there's two cameras. So this is the camera I have set, and then there's like another one like right here, and then there's the interior camera. So I don't know what the deal is, or I don't know why there's that like double camera thing going on. I'm not really certain as to the reason why that is. And I don't know why this thing is flashing. Keeps doing. It's funny, on the road it's fine, but it seems like out here when it's working, it seems like it's flashing a lot. I don't know why that's the case, but stranger things have happened. It might just be the map too, who knows? Or it might just be the mod. There's quite a few 939s out there. So this one's one by Slavo, I think it's called. Yeah, Slavo. It's pretty good. Overall, it's pretty good, at least I should say. Not. Well, it's pretty. The flashing is really starting to bug me already. So I may just do an exchange for one of the other Fendt 939s that I have, somewhere with the same sort of horsepower and whatnot. Because I like to drive in cab a lot, and that would kind of be. And luckily, I'm not catatonic. I'd be like, ugh. Anyways. But yeah, it just seemed a little strange just to plant directly into the soil. So I figured doing a little bit of cultivating never hurt anybody. What we'll do is, like I said, we'll plant oats on here, and with the oats, we should be able to make some good money. I don't know what the price of oats is right now. Let's check real quick. Price of oats, 700 or 968 at the trade. The country trade, so that's pretty good. Here we go. Just gonna lift it up. Unfortunately, we haven't quite done enough passes yet for me to skip a lot of passes, so this is the only way I can set it up so I'm not missing so much, I suppose. Well, I guess I'm still missing bits and pieces, but in the end, it's fine. The job still gets done, right? So, as you can see, our nutrients has gone up by 1 factor, and that is due to the chopped straw, because we have the chopped straw mod in here installed on the map already, so that allows us to increase our nutrients level a little bit, and hopefully that will increase our yield a little bit as well, which will be really, really good when that's all said and done. The other tractor we have doesn't have quite enough horsepower to seed, or else I'd start on the seeder. The case has like 260, I think, is what it has. So it's good for most things, but unfortunately, not for everything. So, anyways, what I'll do is I'll come back when we're almost done. One thing I just noticed that I've never noticed before is, let me just take all the other information off. Look carefully at the rollers. I never noticed that, but they actually go like up and down, like individually. Each side does, which is really interesting. I don't know why I never saw that before, but you can see how the one on the left is a little bit higher than the one on the right, and then they adjust slowly, depending on the terrain you're going on. They go up and down. I don't know why I never noticed that before. But that's a really nice little detail. I guess what Giants did is they modeled each of these cultivators as or cultivators. Often you hear people say cultivator, anyways, as if there's no T in there. Anyhow, but they must have modeled them as like 2 separate entities almost, and operating individually, which is kind of cool. What happens a lot is one of the reasons why I'm not using some of the modded cultivators is because what happens is it'll often miss like places when it's cultivating. Same thing with seeders. Modded seeders do the same thing for whatever reason. And I think it's because the collision with the ground isn't quite set up properly, so at least that's one of the reasons why I think that they do that. It's different for every mod, so But I just thought I'd mention that to you guys as I was cultivating. I just happened to notice it. I was like, huh, look at that. That's kind of cool. When was that implemented? I don't know. So if you know when that it was implemented, or if that's always been the case, let me know. I guess it's just something I never... I guess it's something I just never realized, for whatever reason. There we go. Raise that up. And we'll make a turn here. Luckily for us, we have a lot of space at the end of this side, so... What I really should do is do a headland, so to speak, first. Around the perimeter of the field. And then do this, but this is working fine for the time being, it seems like. There we go. Lower that down. It's funny, all the activities that I've been around for on the in-laws farm, I've never been around for cultivating and preparing for like spring or fall tillage. They only do tillage once a year usually, and that's before planting, but I've never been around for it because I'm just never around during the planting season. Been there lots of times for harvesting potatoes, but never planting. Well, I was there this year for planting potatoes, but they had already prepared the ground, so I didn't get a chance to see the cultivator and the plow. Well, I don't really plow it, but cultivator in action, I'll say. So, anyhow, like I said, I'll be back in a bit. All right, as you can see, the case is finished up plowing, and I still got the Fent over there doing the cultivating. So what we're going to do is going to swing around here for a sec and grab the cedar, which was left over here. It's funny, some of the tractors have like really like, I think it's where the camera's positioned in the tractor itself. Some of them look like really good from the inside, like in terms of perspective. And there's some that seem like it's either too close or too far away. Like this one seems like I'm just too close to the to everything. It just seems that way. But in reality, it's probably, I don't know. It does have a buddy seat. So it probably has lots of room in here. It just seems like it doesn't right now. I don't know. Anyhow, there we go. Drop the plow there for the time being. Can always move it back later on. And let's grab the cedar. I guess this time we can put the big case with the horse cedar. Perfect. It's funny. It actually took a little bit of time for it to cultivate and plow. So I ended up fiddling around with some fishing lures. I visited my dad not too long, well, I guess it was just this weekend past, I guess it was, when I was back home. He was in town as well. So he gave me some old fishing lures he doesn't use, just due to the fact of where he actually fishes. Because it's primarily like really weedy there, and because it's really weedy, he doesn't use stuff like spinner baits and stuff like that. And recently, I have really enjoyed using spinner baits. I actually caught a nice, decent fish. I feel like that's too big. 10. Where am I here? 9 meters. Yeah, I thought so. Wrong direction. And this is your offset. Here we go. Anyways, like I was saying, he gave me some of his old lures that he doesn't use anymore, and I happen to have some extra treble hooks and a hook sharpener, so the hooks weren't so rusty that I couldn't salvage them. So I ended up between the last pause and this one, right, and the starting of this session, or this little duration, I actually was sharpening hooks and replacing treble hooks, believe it or not. Yeah, that's what I did with my spare time right there. That's actually not too bad. I have what's called a pair of split ring pliers, which really makes a really big difference. It's like basically when you have a key ring, like for keys, for example, it's the same idea, it's just much smaller for fish hooks. And it really makes a world of difference when you have to do multiple ones. So like you don't use your fingernails, which really creates a big problem, because if you're like me and you have not necessarily the strongest fingernails ever, it makes it really difficult not to hurt yourself or bend your nails one way or another constantly without a pair of split ring pliers. It makes a world of difference. It's still a slow and tedious process, but it is a lot faster than not having them, let's say that. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the end of the pass right here. And then just head in. The cedar's not actually lowered, by the way. It's actually raised. And we'll just drive over these small bushes here. Oh, that's a fence in there. We can't drive through the fence. Doesn't look like there's a fence there, but apparently there is. Alright, we'll do the most ridiculous turn ever then. There we go. It's not my intention. Anyways, so yeah, I was sharpening hooks and sharpening some of the... He gave me some old spinner baits he doesn't use. He doesn't like using. I have to do this. He gave me some old spinner baits, so I sharpened the hooks on the spinner baits. And there we go. And then I also replaced some treble hooks on an old... I think it's supposed to be like a... I'm not sure what the actual name is, but I think it's called a shadow wrap or something like that, or rattle trap or something like that. Anyways, it's like a larger minnow with a rattle inside. It was black, and I was cleaning it off, and actually the actual paint came off of it, so I had to... So it's like now it's like half black, half white, or just plastic color, I guess, whatever that is. It's not like it's like a pearl maybe color. Anyways, so I'll try it out and see if I catch something. If I do, that's awesome. If I don't, hey, no skin off my back, sort of thing. So what I'm doing right now is just making a. Let's move this guy out of the way because apparently he can't handle the lemkin anymore. There we go. Get that out of there. And we'll just put it up over here. I think this is for the fur, for the wool. There we go. Leave that there for the time being. Hop back into the case. Yeah. The funny thing is, so these old spinner baits. This is my whole fishing story now. It's totally off on a tangent. These old spinner baits, the skirts have gone on them, which is a bit annoying. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I could, I suppose, replace them with a bucktail or something like that, or not fur, but oh, it did miss a spot right there. I was wondering. So that's what happens if you don't have in-game stuff. So even with in-game stuff, it happens, but it just doesn't seem to happen as often. So anyhow. So yeah, I might replace the old skirts with feathers, I think is what I was thinking of in my mind. And I'm a little bit farther off than I need to be. Oh well. So anyways, that's what I was doing between the last break and now. Also, Fishing Planet came out on Steam. It's a free game to play. It seems like it's a pretty solid game. I haven't played it yet. But I've watched Landy Kid and A Kick to the Head both play it, and they seem pretty satisfied with it. For a free game, it reminds me of The Hunter a little bit, but without the paywall. Unfortunately, with The Hunter, it looks like a fantastic game. I played a little bit of it, like it's really realistic, but the thing I don't like about it is it's basically if you want to do anything in that game, you have to pay, which is a bit unfortunate. And I don't like how it launches either. It launches like in a weird window, so. It's one of the other reasons why I'm not so keen on The Hunter. It's a cool looking game, and I actually have played it a little bit, but the fact that it's has a bit of a paywall, I'm not too happy about that. There we go. But that's the way it goes sometimes. You know, if you're a company, you gotta make money somehow, and sometimes, unfortunately, the way you make money is with a paywall. There we go. But, I don't know. Fishing Planet doesn't seem to have that same issue. You can do lots of things. I did notice, though, they do have DLC. It's technically an early access game, but there is DLC for it already, which kind of threw me off. I was like, how is there DLC for it? But it's paid DLC, and what it does, what it looks like it does, is it gives you, like, extra equipment to make sure you're, for example, bass fishing or carp fishing is even better, so. I don't know. I will have to look into that a little bit, because they're not cheap either. They're like $30 for the bass pack I looked at, and like $17 for the other one. It seemed, in my opinion, overpriced, but I am merely a Merely a humble teacher without oodles of money to spend on those types of things. But it does seem kind of interesting nonetheless. I don't know. I like to think I'm pretty prudent when it comes to spending money, perhaps is the right word, or frugal, I guess is the word I would use as well. Oh, that is the dip right there. I don't think that's supposed to be quite that... No, that's a pretty big dip there. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Chellington. Chellington has like a huge dip like that as well, which is kind of... I don't mind it, but it's not something I'm used to. Alright, so we'll get this... I'm going to do another headland up here. I know I might run over it again, but it's just to prevent a little bit of... Not so much on this side, but on the other side over there. It's to prevent a little bit of running into the trees over here. If we can prevent it. I know this is something you technically would do after. And now that I'm thinking about it, I should have done it after, but it's too late now apparently. Alright, excellent. Alright, so what I'll do is I probably won't need to do anything else crazy. There we go. We'll line that up. There we go. Did I miss a little bit? Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, anyways, that's what I ended up doing. Not sure if you guys... this is totally random, totally not related to Farming Simulator or farming at all. But if you guys use spinner baits for fishing, and the skirt, which is like the rubber skirt, let me know what you guys do. Do you guys replace them, or would you think maybe putting a feather-like thing on it might work better? Let me know what you guys think. I'd be kind of curious to find out. I'm always interested in new ways of, I don't know, different types of lures, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. Okay, excellent. Alright, so the thing we'll do is I'll stop the episode there for now, or else I'll keep babbling about fishing-related stuff. And we'll come back next episode, and this should be all finished by then. Should be finished planting at the very least, and we'll go on from there. So until next time, folks, this has been Manchester, or Manchester. My name is Iain Robson. This is Farming Simulator 2015, and if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that share button? I'd really appreciate that. Catch you guys later.